Let us not hesitate. Will not falter.
Zendera looks at you in alarm and irritation, but she quickly regains her composure. Her tone is threatening. So you found my little refuge then, Commander. I can't say I'm happy to see you here. We're in a bit of a hurry, and you, no doubt, plan to wreak the same mayhem you did in the Ivory Sanctum. Why don't you come back another time? And what did you do to my little Kiado? The little milksop forgot my promise, and now he thinks he's Valiant Crusader. It's the funniest thing I ever seen. It is better to kill enemies without any excess emotion methodically, but I cannot deny that when I dispatch this smirking cultist from this world, I will do this so with sincere pleasure. What are you doing here? The woman's smile is devilishly. This is the temple of the All-Horn God. You can appreciate the irony. Grabby peasants were worshipping a god with a stag head above, while down in the crypt I was performing masses for Baphomet, the father of Minotaurs. You idiot crusaders never even considered that the enemy could be hidden in your own holy places. This place was my secret lair, the place where I enlightened those who were seeking. But now that you have destroyed our stronghold in Ivory Sanctum, it is time for the servants of Baphomet to go west, to a less dangerous location. What didn't the temple cleric tell anyone about you? Zendera coughs. That cowardly little pop? I came here and ordered him to obey me, and he didn't even put up a fight. I placed a curse on him, one my master taught me. If that little wimp allowed anyone but true servant of Baphomet into the crypt, he would be doomed to excruciating death. Oh, it was fun watching the torment of the pitiful little coward. I feel no pity for this boy. He has the heart of a traitor. Zendera offers a ugly smile. You think you are any better? We are all the same. A pinch of terror, a drop of temptation, a little flattery, and your loyalty to your principles crumble to dust. I can make a traitor for anyone. You will not escape me this time. Ha ha! Let's see if you are brave enough to follow me, Valiant Crusader. Do you have the guts to pursue me into the shrine of Baphomet, the Lord of the Ivory Labyrinth? And know this, if you step over the threshold of the crypt, Kiado death will be excruciating. A brood of hungry rats will appear inside him, and they will chew him from the inside out. If you choose to fight me, you will also be condemning him to death.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. We won't fall here. I swear it.
Oh, deified temple.
We march ahead.
No time for debates.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
You won't survive me.
Attack!
Now, air.
Retreat is not an option. Begone, fiend! Endure this!
Into the fray.
We shall overcome.
The letter was written in haste and left unfinished. Glory to Bahamut, Lady Habzemira, you should know that the Anvary Sanctum has been raided. The Crusader forces are no doubt continuing their offense. In light of the victory, it has become dangerous to maintain an underground sect in the region. I trust that Lord Bahamut would value a living Zendara more highly than a dead one. Therefore, I hope that he will not punish us for our forced retreat. The commander of the Crusaders is too dangerous for us to sit here under his nose. I have summoned all loyal members of the sect. When all ready, we will set out west via secret routes. I'm relying on you too. Remain present lie out in the plain view. There are marks of the bones left by North teeth, some of them human. Mira is 3 days old. What a happy day. I'm strong enough to hold a quill again, and I can now write of my joy. My prayers have been answered at last. I prayed desperately for many years to the goddess of beauty and fertility, but they only responded with silence. Mother Lamashtu alone answered my prayers. Finally, Mira was born. It was difficult for me to bear her for 9 months, but looking into her golden eyes and seeing her pretty smile, I realized that all the hardships were worth it, and all the terrible ritual I wish I could forget. It's such a pity that my husband didn't live to see this day. Mira is 6 months old. The wet nurse refused to feed her. She said the baby bit her breast too hard and sucked out blood. What nonsense. True, my little girl was born with teeth, but that doesn't make her a bloodsucker. She's my angel, and I'm sure the lumps on her back will soon develop into little wings. Mira is 5 years old. Mira is 5, but I still breastfeed her. She just won't let go of me. I'm the only one who can bear her little teeth. The servants leave us, one after the other. They say they are frightened by rustling in the night, and the girls discover bite marks and bruises on their arms and legs in the morning. The housekeeper was the last to leave. She said she woke up at night to the sound of scratching up above the ceiling beam. She swears she looked up and saw Mira crawling across the ceiling. She showed me claw marks on her on the wood too, but of course I told her it was all ridiculous. My baby sleep blissfully at night, but the silly woman packed the things nevertheless. Mira is 5.5. Mira loves me so much, impossible to pull her away from my breast. It worries me that she does want to eat vegetables. The cook complains the little girl sneaks in the kitchen and snatches pieces of raw meat right out of her hand. My poor girl, no one wants to be friends with her. That's why she plays such strange games. Mira is 6. The cook has vanished. She probably ran away in secret. Mira slept all day. Her little tummy is so bloated, and I'm afraid she might have contracted an illness from the uncooked meat. Mira is 6 in 1 month. I found what was left, the cook, in a compost pile. I don't know what kind of animal chewed off her breast and ripped chunks of meat from her stomach. A wolf perhaps? A rabid dog? Absent-minded. I didn't hear Mira come close. She laughed joyously, pointing her little finger at the rotting remains. The child innocence. She didn't even realize that she was looking at. This may be the last thing I write in my life. My milk is not enough for Mira anymore. She wants more from me, and the wounds from her little teeth get deeper and deeper. Now I understand what happened to the cook. I'm afraid, but I'm her mother. I must be strong and give my child everything I can. Mira is near. I can hear her crystal laughter. Great Mother Lamashtu, I beg you, care for her when I'm gone. She has no one by us. Creepy. Burial rites fulfill several functions. They mitigate the psychological strain of parting with the deceased. They neutralize the source of disease causing miasma, and they suppress the spread of cannibalistic and necrophilic acts in society at large. There are many ways of disposing of corpses: burning, dissolution in harsh chemicals, ingestion by all members of the community. But the most popular method is burial. A grave protects the corpse against carrion eaters. Serves as a place of remembrance, proclaims the merits of the deceased, and of especial importance, when all safety measures are taken, grave burial prevents the deceased from coming back and visiting their still living relatives. The commander examined the stone sarcophagus resting in a crypt of the Temple of the Rastal. It was used as a fasting table for demons until very recently. Bones are scattered across the stone top of the sarcophagus. Some are easily identified as human finger bones. A human eyeball floats unapparently in a clay bowl, and next to it lies half-known rib cage. The commander decides at first the symbol are unfamiliar to the commander, but her eyes soon land on a familiar combination of letters, De La Mia. This is the name the Celtic Yada mentioned in his conversation with the commander. This sarcophagus undoubtedly contains the body of the priestess of Terastal de la Mia the Blessed. It is unlikely that the young cleric could have read this inscription written as is such an ancient tongue. However, the information Kiado provided is enough to help the commander unravel the mystery. On the lid of the sarcophagus, the symbols from a circle. The commander notices that the seemingly solid slab is actually composed of several pieces in the spot. The hair-like joints between the fragments are almost impossible to see. In Sarkozy, there existed a funeral tradition in which the priest could place magic seals such as this on the tomb. The symbols on the seal are threatening. I guard the eternal sleep of Delamere. Cursed be any who dare to destroy me. The commander thinks to say prayer to Russell. Clarpala recalls an old Celtic prayer to Russell. As soon as she utters it, the symbol on the stone slab begins to glow. With a click, the seal crumbles into pieces and the lid of the sarcophagus slides open. Inside the sarcophagus lie a remainder of the female archer. The bones are held together by leather armor covering in the same symbol as those on the sarcophagus, and the skeletal hands are clutched, an impressive bow made from the antler. Surprisingly, there is no unpleasant smell from the remains. The commander take the relics from the sarcophagus. Suddenly the commander feels a rush of fresh air out of place in the cellar. It carries the scent of rain, the sound of dense forest, the mighty roar of mountain river. The commander's body is overflowing with power of the bow seems yearning to be enhanced. Now suffered with an overabundance of strength. The strength sensation passes. Give me hand only pleasant freshness. Decide to have the remains and relics moved to the dresser. The body resting in sarcophagus looks majestic and not at all off-putting. It is easy to imagine how Delamere looked when she was alive. A regal woman with a proud chain, broad shoulders, and the strong arms of a archer. Her appearance would have ground people trust, and even after her death, they came here to worship her, and more will come to Dresden now to pay homage to her in her new resting place.
became a goddess, her friends probably missed her a lot, huh?
They would have been happy for her, silly. She turned into a goddess. It's not like she moved to Garen.
We march ahead. Leads on.
A tall young man gives you a friendly nod. He has golden hair and a health color in his cheek. When Hugh, did I do some work with my axe today? We won't have to worry about wood for some time. Now is there something you need? Vami, put some food on the table, we have company. The short black-haired young woman looks scared to death and doesn't seem to hear what he says. The people who live here are gone, but you look strong and healthy. Maybe you just haven't been here long enough to lose the flab, but I'll never be scrawny. Big bone, you see. The man burst into laughter, though it carries a note of sadness. This village has been through so much, it suffered a great deal. Anyone who isn't carrying all day cries out in his sleep from the nightmares. I'm even a little ashamed to be the only one who's healthy here, but I can take responsibility seriously. If anyone attacks us, I'll be the first to protect my own. You are not like the other villagers, though. The young man seems flustered and quickly looks away. Well, I'm actually local, but the family fled a long time ago. They still live in the River Kingdom, but I came back. I always dreamed about this place, though I'd never seen them. I just knew I had to be here. The young woman, mute with her horror, finally comes to life. Raven is my brother. My cousin. He only came back recently and he hasn't seen the horrors that we have, but he's good. I mean, a good warrior. I know you broke the law. It's time to confess. I'm not guilty of anything. I only came here recently, so I haven't even had time to make trouble. He is innocent, and if he did something, it's our business here in Winter Sun. It doesn't concern you. Do you know anything about a crusader who went missing around here? You might have noticed his armor. It was very ornate. A young man pauses to think. Many people have been lost here, but with such distinctive armor, no, I haven't seen anyone. And truth be told, I don't pay much attention to armor. I'm used to going light. Just my axe, nothing else. The trembling young woman claps a hand to her chest. Her fingers are clenched so tight her knuckles are white. We saw no crusaders and no armor. Go away and leave us alone. A tall young man gives you a friendly nod. He has golden hair. I found an armor of Crusader among your things. What do you say to that? The young man sighed heavily. Well, there's no point in denying it. Yes, I found a dead soldier and took his armor. It looked expensive, so I thought I'd sell it or give it a blacksmith to reforge into something useful. The young woman is almost in tears. No, Raven, don't say anything. The authorities in Dresden will think you are a murderer and take you. No. A young man looks at you suddenly. There, I confessed about the armor. What else do you want? You can't take me away and put me on trial, you know. I'm a local. As a colonial, I have to be trialed here. I won't give him to you. He won't get back to Dresden. Won't go back to Dresden? He said he came from River Kingdoms. No, I misspoke. That's not what I meant. He won't go back to the River Kingdoms. Alright, Venema, enough. It's no use pretending anymore. I'll end up in Dresden one way or the other. This is my armor, Commander. I am Count Overend Delmora of Ormiraven. Until recently, I had the honor of being an officer in the army of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, and then I served under your command. But not for long. When I saw Venmora and the others, I realized I was in need here. Someone has to protect her and rebuild the village, and I'm healthier and stronger than the locals. If you want to try me as a deserter, then do so, but if you have any compassion in your heart, please save my armor to my parents and tell them that I'm not coming back. They are more concerned about the fate of my older brother, and I don't want to be burden to them. I'll live happily here with my wife, if you just let me. The young woman cries silently, her head bows in grief. My soldiers will take you to Dresden, there you shall be put on trial.
Yet another obstacle. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Attack!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Retreat is not an option. Begone, fiend!
Na, Aeon, Orma.
You won't survive me.
We shall overcome. I will guide us.
The name of this village has been lost to time, as well as the name of Sarkoz's clan that live here. The husk of the long house is decaying, beams and protrude from the ground like the ribs of a stripped carcass. Serves as the only reminder that this land once belongs to humans.
Let me help.
Stazioni Savitur! Stazioni Savitur!
I'm always open to
Are we in
ideas.
trouble yet?
Stazioni Savitur! Stazioni Savitur!
Tell me, and I'll do it.
Are we ready to move out?
Without a doubt. Forwards. We must. Our path leads on.
Close ranks. Endure this!
Into the fray!
Do not hold back.
Kneel before me. Make every strike count.
No glory without risk! I'm done with you!
Strike as one. Attack!
This one's mine!
Aborone Sente.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
We shall overcome.
You won't survive me.
Into the fray!
Do not hold back. Strike as one.
Press that. Fall! Endure this!
The light! Thank you!
will not falter.
Call me again if you need to.
I will guide us.
Can't hide from me. Forget it. Forget it. The mongrel did it. Things didn't go well. Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Attack!
Did you see that?
We shall overcome.
Matricium Purinos. Ona Adayana.
Retreat is not an option.
Nav, Orma.
You won't survive me.
The light take you!
Do not hold back.
Amranda Gratio.
Kneel before me.
Go.
Endure this!
Must be nice back home now. I bet my niece is growing so big. My family. I miss all of them so much.
Together we stand.
I will help where I can.
I will lend you my aid.
Horane Centes.
Ready to move out?
The goddess protects us.
Unimosi tradisi. Unimosi tradisi.
Esli, Axe, yes. Esli, Axe, yes.
We march ahead. These magics should be used in other ways. Strike as one!
Make every strike count.
Horane Centes.
This is not my time yet.
Na, Aeon, Orma.
This was unexpected. This one.
Begone, fiend!
Attack!
Please stop, stop. A gold-haired man raises his hand in a calming gesture. This place is an abode of peace and tranquility, a place to heal the soul and the body. It's not battlefield. Please spare this man. Who are you? My name is Hal. I'm a healer, my lady, by trade and by calling. This place is my infirmary. The people you've killed were those I nursed to help myself. They had scarcely recovered from the wounds when they fell to your sword. At least spare this young boy. Will you welcome the cultist? I'm a healer. I save lives. The man looks at you resolutely, and there is a golden gleam in his hazel eyes. The vows I've taken make no distinction about who deserves to live or die. I gave aid to all the injuries to find the wound. Demon worshippers are often left behind to die, and so it happens that they are most often in need of my help. As a rule, Crusaders have their own healers in every unit, but cultists are not accustomed to looking out for one another. The masters do not accept weakness. The commander asks you a very specific question. Are you accomplice of the cultists or not? Instead of giving such a long speech, you could have simply said, yes, I am. Let us decide your fate. Why are you helping an enemy? I have no enemies. The healer clasps his hand to his heart. There is nothing but sorrow and compassion in my soul. Look at this young man. He rushes into battle, seeking to destroy you for the sake of his masters. Yet with the same zeal he helps me save his friends, and did not leave their side until the danger has passed. This soul has not yet been lost. The battle between good and evil still wages within him, as it does within you all, if you would only listen to one another. I won't listen to this scum. The young man glares at you with angry, sullen expression. Death to him with their lackeys. The healer signs heavily. If both of you could set aside your anger and hatred, less blood would be shed. As long as someone is alive, they can still change. Only the deeds are lost forever. I send you hiding the truth from me, or your aura is one of the seat. The man looks at you with interest and then nods slowly. Perhaps, but in my defense, not all lies are evil. I will spare his life, healer, but if I see him again, it will be forfeit. The man lowers his head. I understand and accept your decision. You are stern but not cruel. This gladdens my heart. I wouldn't have let him go, Lan remarks grimly. So I can go? The boy looks at you with distrust. I want you to know I won't change. I will remain your enemy, and Lord Baphomet will give me great powers. You are already strong. You do not need to serve demons. When you finally understand this, your soul will find peace. You already possess you already possess that which is worth the most, your life. The healer turns towards you, his hazel eyes turns to gold. His voice becomes deeper and more majestic. You acted towards this poor boy as Tarendalev acted towards you in Canabras, when she treated you with no consideration of who you were, or whatever you deserve to live. I can feel the touch of her magic upon you, like a last lingering farewell. The dragon looks down on you from above. With every move of his powerful muscles, his golden scales shimmer and shine. Tarendalev made right choice, child, as did you. You were not born a dragon, but the true spirit of a dragon is within you. It is as strong in you as it was in her. Trust me, I know Tarendalev well. I am Gold Dragon Ahala Seliax. I was once honored to teach the protector of Canabras. Were you testing me? Life itself was testing you. I merely seized the opportunity to look upon you, the last soul held by Tarendalev. We could use a gold dragon in crusade. Do us the honor in joining us. Alisak shakes his head. Not now, I'm afraid. I have my own responsibilities to metallic dragons. But I will watch you from afar, and if I see you are ever in need of dragon wisdom, I will not be the only one willing to come to your aid. I have spirit of dragon within me. What am I supposed to do? Remember that life is a journey. Some go through it faster, others slower. But we all reach an end when nothing can change. As long as we live, so too is hope of change. While we are living, we can do so much good and change the world for better. I told this to Tarendalev when she was on the brink of despair. She thought that, now tarnished, she was doomed to suffering and evil. But I showed her that as long as we are here, and not at Pharasma's throne, nothing is lost, and no one is lost. Choose the actions that will make the world better, such is the path of a gold dragon. I know you tried to censor him from corruption. How did you manage to succeed? The dragon closes his eyes for a moment. Tarendalev. Here she found shelter, fighting the desire to decimate and destroy. I flew here to help her. The sun rose and fell more than once as she poured all of her hatred upon me, all the pain that was tearing her soul apart. Many times we fought ourselves at one another's throats, ready to fight. Many times her words wounded me deeply, but in the end I got through to her. I found the right words, and I stayed with her here in this place of peace and rest until her soul found healing.
rely on me.
Our time has come. Our path leads on.
The world has suffered enough.
Patri, Aeon Turinos.
I will guide us.
The heart of mystery will open only to the one who is most worthy. Secret knowledge must be earned. Can you reach the end? Will you become the first among many? A translucent figure appears out of thin air. The voice is monotonous and indifferent, and the face is hidden behind a mask. Yes. I will. The secret of creation lies before you, behind this keyhole. The key is in your hand, but to open the door to the secret beyond, you will have to solve 5 puzzles. Bring forth your hardest puzzles now. 4 out of 5 you will find far away from here. Search, seek, and observe to reveal what's hidden. Reach the core of the riddle. Touch the forgotten secrets, acquire the legacy of ancient, and pierce the final veil. Bring the key you hold there and solve the puzzle. and then return here to the Heart of Mystery and face the final challenge. If you succeed, you will prove that you are worthiest of all mortals. The secrets of the universe will be revealed to you, and you will know the meaning of everything that exists. You will see the past and present, and even the future will not escape your piercing gaze. You'll become the universe. Nina looks at you impatiently, blinking rapidly and rubbing her nose. If it's not clear from my body language and animated facial expression, I'm ready to start immediately. The secret of creation, the mysteries of the universe, what are you talking about? The transient figure remains silent. You find a challenge on the worth face among many 5 puzzles, you become the universe. Oh, it's broken.
Without a doubt.
Olvendemor, account of Ormivoren, accused of desertion. The Count staged his own death and fled to Wintersun, where he's been masquerading as a Sarkonian by the name of Ravan. What do you have to say for yourself, defendant? If you have a heart, you let me go. No one know I ran away. Everybody thinks I'm dead. They already mourn me, so let it stay that way. Don't take me away from Vami, my Vomona. She's all I need in my life. Irabay Assistant. We can't let the deserter get away with this, but he didn't just abandon the army. He also gave up his title and wealth for a godforsaken village. I think he's a noble, sincere man who made a mistake. Melias looks bored. By the gods, I've never seen such drama. If you want this little noble to keep playing at the barbarian peasant life, the delights of which will wear thin after a short month, just ask Winterson to send you a soldier to replace him, and everyone will be happy. I have made my decision. Can't overrun the Mora of Ormivaron. You shall be stripped of your all rank and sent to join the condemned as a deserter. Vemona is choked with sobs for a moment. Ravan is unable to move, too dazed to even to take into his arms. Then he erupts in anger. I'll be back. Even if they send me to the abyss, I'll be back. And we will live a peaceful life. Just wait for me. Do you hear? Do you want to return? Well, I know a way to join the condemned and still come back alive. I can tell you about the terms of the contract. Irbeth looked extremely worried. Commander, do you remember Pravel Gorvo who killed his commander officer? In turn, it turns out his case is more complicated than just dispute over a woman. Our investigation have revealed tension that are braving between the officers and the ranks and files, and I'd like to talk to you about it. What is the general sentiment among the officers? They deny all accusation with such anonymity that they are undoubtedly conspiring together. Many of them come from noble families. They receive their titles simply by virtue of the birthright. They treat soldiers like servants and toys and speak disapprovingly of them. But other than that, there are no complaints about them. They have been educated and trained well, have proven themselves to be on the battlefield. If we simply proceed with the case and donate them, we will quell the unrest among the ranks and file, but we will lose the support of the officers. What's the general sentiment among the rank and file? Yet besides, they are ready to riot. What Grovo did inspired them. There are rumors being spread about attempt to execute some of the officers without waiting for the trial. A list of the officers' names have been circulating. They are waiting for your decision, and they hope that you will acquit Grovo and punish those who were responsible for hurting him, but I think that as long as you pronounce Grovo not guilty, that will be enough to process them. What do you think? I know my words won't go beyond this wall, so I'll stay like this. I dislike Lennon and those he protects. I'm sorry that Grovo, who served you loyally in the cause of the crusade, was driven to murder and almost suicide at the cruel whims of the others. Whatever the outcome of the case, the fact that this was allowed to happen is the fact. Place is staying on our entire army. Don't worry, both Grover and those who hurt him will receive fair trial. Let's begin. Irbeth, yes, nods. Yes, Commander, I believe that you are fair and that you listen to your heart when you make this decision. Private Grover is accused of murdering Damar, his commanding officer. The murder was committed with a dagger in the barracks in the presence of more than 3 witnesses. Private Grover claims he did it out of the desperation and fear of the torture inflicted by Damar on his soldiers. Some of the witnesses we interrogated confirm his account, and some claim the murder was committed out of revenge because Grover chose Damar over him. However, we failed to locate his woman. She was last seen in Canabres. What do you say to this defendant? The same thing I said before. Damar was a scoundrel and sadist, and Officer Lannon, who's been crying on every corner that it's all the fault of some woman, has always covered for Damar and his friends. I had no choice but to kill Damar, and if the commander can see through people as they say, the truth will come out. Commander, before you deliver your verdict, remember that a rash decision in this case might lower the army morale. Damar is not the only officer taking advantage of this position. There are many more, but if we donate them all, we won't have enough officer. If you execute Govo, on the other hand, the soldiers will revolt. Many consider him a hero. It takes a good deal of finesse to thread the needle, doesn't it? But remember the document you signed right before the murder. An order of Officer Damar to appear before the court and answer for all the atrocity he had committed. Melis lowers his voice conspirationally and looks you in the eye. Perhaps the order slipped your mind, or it might have been lost. But I'm sure such a document exists, if you needed to a difficult situation. Irbeth looks baffled, but I didn't hear about any, unless you were conducting your own secret investigation. I've made my decision. Private Govo shall be pardoned, but sent to condemned. Officer Lannan shall be stripped of all ranks and imprisoned, and Officer Dama shall be stripped of all rank posthumously. I am going to live. I'm going to live. Thank you, Commander. There is truly no one fairer than you. For what? Commander, I wasn't protecting Dama. I was looking out for the army. We can't judge by the laws of peacetime once the crusade's over, but we are at war. Our goal is to fight demons. Who will be left fighting in the demote if you demote everyone? As bitter as it admit, Lennon is right, but the commander has spoken. Commander, permission to report. Captain Ryan salutes you. We are short on soldiers. Any... We now face the harsh reality of a war. What we sufficient for an expeditionary force won't cut a proper army, and that holds the territories around Dresden and still advance forward. Now that we dealt with the worry and replenish our officer corps, we need more troops. I suggest we write a letter to Mendev and ask Her Majesty for a new draft. It will take some time, a long time to preserve on it, but it's the most reliable opinion we have. Mendev has already given everything he can spare to this war. I say we ask our priests to be more active with their preaching in the other lands. Let them inspire more people to volunteer. A regular draft may not be enough. We have one parliament in effect as it is. We should suggest that the crown recruit will also lost everything in the attack of Canabris and other cities. Instead of merge state-issued meals for those orphans and homeless refugees, they'll get army ration, a pair of boots and a spear. It's not the best solution for them, and they won't be the best soldiers for us. Still, we have plenty of material to sift through and forgot into solid combatants. Yet, you wouldn't get far on sheer enthusiasm. Fortunately, we have good coin to dress it up. Everyone who's ready to fight for lofty ideas is already here. It's time to call on those who would fight for gold. And what about the troublemakers from Wary? Do they criticize us still? Negative. Ever since you took this measure, you haven't heard a word from them. After your changes within the officers' ranks, the command staff is showing nothing but loyalty. Sila, what's your plan? I traverse half the world to join Crusaders, and I'm sure that there are still plenty of souls all over Golarion who would join our ranks. We just need to get through to them. Let's send priests to preachers in other states, and not just any priest, but those who've been on the front lines. Tell everyone of the horrors they've seen here, and how important it is to fight back against the Abyss. People will volunteer once they see that this is a battle for the Mendev of Sarkosis, but for all Golarion. Do you truly believe that people learning about what happens in the World Wound will come running to volunteer? You think too highly of them. Upon hearing this preaching, most people will run in the other direction as fast as they can. At present, Canabris and other cities that we stood assault are teeming with orphans, the homeless and refugees, survivors who lost all they had. They live off the crown in tents sustained by handouts. Get them to the front lines. They're not the most optimal manpower pool, as it's unlikely they would volunteer, but they've nothing to lose, and they will gain an influx of recruits as well as save Mendev from having to waste funds of citizens who provide them with no benefit. You take advantage of people plight in order to bolster their ranks. The poor people you seek of have suffered tragedy. They should be recovering and restoring their faith in life, not throwing into demons more. My advice is simple: don't be stingy. We are particularly asking people to jump into Demon's Gullet. Sure, there are cooks who would do just the same for high ideas, and there are those who can coerce by force. Nevertheless, mortals have yet to invent a better incentive than shiny coin. If you offer the volunteers sufficient high pay, they will sign up in droves. We can't rely on the loyalty of mercenaries. They're eager to come and fill their pockets, but they are just as eager to abandon once they are faced with real danger. I've seen it happen time and time again. We need true soldiers who can imagine life outside the army, obey without a second thought, and if necessary, die without regret. For a situation like this, we have discreet instruction from the Queen. May her reign last forevermore. We should write to Nereus and ask Her Majesty to announce a new draft in order to send reinforcements. Of course, the plan will require time, but there is no question that it will deliver results. There's no telling how many more recruits the Queen can spare to get through the regular draft. Mender has already given us the best, the most enthusiastic. It's time for the rest to the depart. Sheila, send the preachers to inspire others to volunteer. I'm glad you understand. The preachers will send off today. Thank you, Commander. I will report on the measures we implemented and their results in due time. I'll call the council to be reconvened if encounter any further difficulties.